welcome to Junior Church. I hope you've had a good week and I hope you're looking forward to the week of half term ahead. So today we are actually learning about fear, and we're learning about how things can be difficult but God is always by our side. So what I want you to do to get up and moving and active is I want you to create an obstacle course for yourself using things you can find around the house, pillows, the sofa, anything really, and use either a scarf or a hat to blindfold yourself and try and get through the obstacle course. And once you've done this each once, I want you to try and lead each other through the obstacle course or ask a parent to help you through the obstacle course. And it just shows that how much easier it is when we know that we have God by our side and how much easier it is to deal with the fear in our lives. So I hope you enjoy Junior Church, and let's get on with some worship.
In my wrestling and in my doubts, in my failures, you won't walk out. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. In the silence, you won't let go. In the questions, your truth will hold. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. I won't fear what tomorrow brings. With each morning I'll rise and sing. My God's love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are my light, my lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Hey! Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore.
Today I want to talk about fear. And firstly, I have a question for you. What is something that you're scared of? You can take a couple of moments to think about it, but for me, I am absolutely terrified of spiders. The thought of them, the sight of them, even if they're on TV, I cannot stand spiders. And we have plenty of things to be scared about today. Maybe we're scared of not going back to school and seeing our friends again. Maybe we're scared of going back to school and how different it will be. Maybe we're scared that we or someone that we love will get sick. Maybe we're scared of going to a new school in September and not seeing our friends anymore after hardly seeing them for almost 2 years. But whatever we're scared of, we can know that God is bigger than our worries and fears, even the ones that seem the most scary. And we can go to Mark chapter 6 to see a story about being scared. And it comes from verses 45 to 52. And the disciples had gone out onto the water without Jesus. And as they were out on the water overnight, there was a storm. And even though the Bible doesn't say so, we can assume that they were scared. And because Jesus hadn't gone out with them, he saw them on the water and walked out to meet them. But when the disciples saw him, they thought he was a ghost and were terrified. Verse 49 says, but when they saw him walking on the sea, they thought it was a ghost and cried out. Verse 50, for they all saw him and were terrified. And this is the important bit. But immediately he spoke to them and said, take heart, it is I, do not be afraid. We don't have to be scared because we know that Jesus is with us and he'll be there to comfort us. Again, in John chapter 14, verse 27, it says, peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid. We don't have to be scared because we have the peace of Jesus with us. And he doesn't give it like the world gives us. It is a peace that will come into our hearts and keep us calm because we know that God has our back and that he will protect us. And even though we know that the Bible says that we'll face fears and many things to come in the world and in our lives, he will always be there to help us through it. And we don't have to be scared because he will be there with us. Amen. Okay guys, so for our craft today, I thought instead of me bringing around something for you to do and showing you on this video how to make it, I want to challenge you to use the things you can find around your home, maybe old cereal boxes, pieces of cardboard, pieces of plastic bottles, that kind of thing, to create something that you are then going to email to me. So it can be anything you like. It could be a building, it could be a vehicle, it could be an animal or a creature or something out of your own imagination. I want you to be as creative as you possibly can and email to me to the email address here. And the winner will be picked and will get a prize. So be as creative as you possibly can, and I look forward to seeing your creations.